Is your oceans just that one argument?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously oceans, what?
And then disadvantage. Get my pen. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm ready. Solvency 2 is not really doing enough analysis for them to win the solvency flow. 1 and C1. First of all, is they say the argument the Coast Guard is going to work because the DoD is inefficient. First of all, we fiat the money directly to the Coast Guard, which means that it's able to bypass any inefficient DoD. Second of all, is that throughout the block he doesn't answer or extend the reason why the DoD is bad. He's merely assuring the DoD is merely inefficient. It takes a warrant as to why the DoD is inefficient. He's not reading any evidence of this. He's not reading any evidence, any of this, that the money is going to the DoD even and all, which means that there's too much narrative barriers on this argument for him to actually access it all. 1 C2, they say that we are going to actually just still using oil. Of course we're still using oil. We cannot completely 100% displace oil until a long time later. But there are arguments that we're still able to minimize the impact of oil shocks, which are really bad. And besides, currently the status quo is that the oil shocks are actually making the budget overruns. If we're able to switch the majority of the Coast Guard's fuel use to actually vegetable oil, we're able to actually compensate for these oil shocks, which we are planning to do. It doesn't take 100% solvency when it comes to using oil because we don't need that. 1 C3, he says that we concede that advocating war is good. First of all, Macedo is able to take this out. Macedo explains that dehumanizing affects not only the victim, but it reflects the fact that subservience and suffering cause perpetrators and bystanders to dehumanize as well. And second of all, the Macedo claims that dehumanizing is the worst impact because in times of war you need to dehumanize the opponent and the enemy before you actually attack them, which means that we're actually winning the root cause of war. And second, it's like you look at Macedo first. And even if they win this argument, it only proves that using war rhetoric is justified, not using war rhetoric is good. They don't extend the reason why justifying war rhetoric is good. It's not the 2 and not, so can't give it to them. Cool. Oceans? Ocean, there's one argument on this float. He says the Coast Guard will be something about us being left alone. First of all, the Coast Guard will not be left alone absent the plan. The Coast Guard will continue to work with other agencies in order to stop human trafficking and stop over and overfishing. There is no analysis done in the 2NR about how the Coast Guard would be left alone. It's just merely assertion that you cannot evaluate because there's absolutely no evidentiary basis. What this evidence indicates that the Coast Guard is able to work with other agencies to go to far away lands and work with other countries. The Coast Guard is able to gain access all across the nation and with other countries around the world, able enough to solve the oceans. And cool. There's no risk of offense on this flow, and most you defer affirmative because there's only defense. It's only an impact takeout at best. Cool. Design at the top, he says that poverty is horrible, which you look at it first of all, is the fact that it doesn't matter when you're dropping an insane amount of arguments on the dissent, first of all, and two is that you value poverty, dehumanization, dissent, because their argument is that poverty is bad because it's causing humanization, which means both are on the same level, they are not the same thing. Third is we access poverty better than through our ocean advantage. You can see that saving ocean ecosystems is key to stopping massive coastal erosion, that destroys entire communities. That's our ocean impact evidence. My partner extended this last week, uniquely he prevented the huge displacement population that had because of this, which means that they aren't able to solve that poverty. They can't say that poverty is horrible. Then they say that dissent turns case, but first of all, that the Coast Guard efficiency is not predicated off deterrence, which means that hedge has absolutely nothing to do with it. Hedge has absolutely nothing to do with Coast Guard effectiveness. Besides, hedge is low now because the entire world hates the country, but Coast Guard is still working just fine because absent the oil shocks. All right, dissent real quick. Continuing. Direct dropping a lot of evidence go to the argument that I make that fiat is immediate. It does. My partner Stendis is not addressing the tour now, which means it's automatically way to vote affirmative. Our argument is that fiat is immediate, which means it passes through Congress immediately, even though it's put on the agenda. It's put on the agenda insanely quick. It just gets out of there, which means there's absolutely no congressional overload because the bill is gone. Gone. There's no congressional overload. Game over. All right. Next is that they're also yeah, that was really dropped. All right. So and next is that extend the case. First of all, it's overfishing. That overfishing is really bad right now. And the Coast Guard needs to situate to actually stop this because fish are dying right now. Extend my impact that the marine ecosystems are key to a lot of communities and a lot of the marine ecosystems. Second is horseshoe crabs. Horseshoe crabs are key to vaccine testing for the FDA, which means we're able to access our disease impact. Last is human trafficking impact, which I extend on human trafficking argument. Next is that okay, next go to the impact. I mean the lake turn debate. On lake turn debate, there are only arguments as to why the energy our planet is popular is because the DOE is using alternative energy now. First of all, thank you very much. The DOE is using alternative energy now because Congress passed the bills, and Congress passed the bills because they were absolutely popular. Our evidence indicates that the alternative energy for the military is popular with the Greenhawks and Pentagon, who have extreme influence within the Congress because everyone goes watch them. Second, it's popular in the House because the House passed a congressional bill that actually gave the Coast Guard more things. And lastly, it's popular in the Senate, which is our party concern. The Congress thinks that improving the military is a matter of national security, which means that they're able to garner a lot of political influence. They're not extending any argument. And further of all is go to the argument that I say that their unique evidence in that this is not answer the 2-1R. You cannot bring it up. Their evidence says Obama may succeed. Do not vote for dissent when the uniqueness cannot even make up its own mind. Lastly, go to the Obama climate change debate. Argument is Obama has pushed climate change and he's going to push it further, which means that the climate change and legislation would inevitably overload the agenda. It doesn't matter if it's cap and trade. Who cares? It's still a piece of legislation, which means that we're going to access this argument of congressional overload. Second of all is that it proves that President Obama is not focusing on things like the dissent because he's focusing on things like climate change. And lastly is extend the impact that the argument that Obama's focused on healthcare, he's actually withdrawing his capital, which takes into account their evidence.